D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So just finished the Mandalorian episode 5, and it was pretty good. You know, I did enjoy it. I know this season hasn't been the best in terms of writing. I mean, there's just some inconsistencies during the episode, but I have to say, this episode was action, which I enjoyed. We had this we didn't get in the spaceship battles in space, but we did get spaceship battles, and then we did get blasters. Pew pew. This all leads to the First Order, which I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't like it. I don't like the First Order. I don't like the sequel trilogy. So I feel like the end product is not, you know how they say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Well, I feel like the destination might ruin the journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you watch a prequel, for instance, Andor. This is I think a good example. It's like, for instance, Andor. They can't put Andor in harm's way and expect me to feel like we might lose this character because we know they don't make it to Rogue One. So it's like with this, for me personally, it's like it doesn't matter what they do, to make it good. It all leads to, the First Order and the sequel trilogy, which was bad. It's bad. And the end thing makes me go, I'm not quite sure what it makes me think. I'll have to think about it while I'm doing this. But yeah. I do. Oh, and we got a cameo, which I'm going to use for my thumbnail. I get in trouble because people say that I ruin things or that I spoil things with my thumbnails, but I don't care. This one's going on there because I feel like maybe a big draw. So suck it. All right, I'm just gonna break this sucker down right now because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But before I do, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it. All right, so it starts off on Navarro. Becoming a very thriving little place. I like it. Look at that. There's that IG-88 statue, which I'm all like, whatever. And we get Karga, and he's talking about all this stuff, building and stuff, talking to these architects. And then all of a sudden we hear screams and stuff, and we look up, and there's the pirate, the Jolly Green Giant himself, Swamp Thing. What was his name? Chard, because he's like a salad, Isn't that like a weed or something? So he sends everybody away, and he gets this dude on. There's Swamp Thing. Hey, Swamp Thing. So he's sitting here talking to Fern Gully, and he's all like, you killed my men, and then you were all like, not nice to me. So he's like, don't contact me again until you're ready to surrender. Arrgh. And so, hold on. And then he opens fire on the city. But before he does that, he gets this R2 unit to deliver a message to somebody. So he opens up fire and just blasts on these little townies. Which I mean, was fun to see. I'm not gonna lie. So then we get this little army base here. And you get all these pilots on here. And this was also nice right here to see pilots, camaraderie and stuff like that in the well, they're not a rebellion anymore, but what I'm in the Republic, I guess. So he gets a message. This thing is ugly. A message came from and he's like, can I use your holo screen thingy? Opens it up, and there's Karga, and he's all like, listen, you told me I could contact you if I needed help, and we've been attacked by pirates, and we need some help now, so come help me. And this guy's all like, crap, I gotta go help. But then guess who comes up behind me? It's Zeb from Rebels, you guys. I think this will probably be the only time we see Zeb. I don't know if he'll be in Ahsoka, but I like Zeb. I don't like that the characters from Rebels are like not together anymore, like the crew. I mean, I just go, what happened to the ghost? And I mean, I will definitely see it in Ahsoka because I've seen, leaked photos and like little clips of a trailer or whatnot. And Ezra's coming back and Thrawn's going to be in there and all that stuff, and we're gonna see Ren and Sabine and all that stuff. We'll see all of our friends again, because I really did like Rebels. I liked it from the get-go. I mean, well, the first couple episodes were my favorite, but once it got its footing, it got its footing. You know what I'm saying? All right. So he's all like, they won't ever, give you the go ahead. Oh, it's so good to see Zeb. Did I block? Yeah, I blocked him. Hold on. This is the best. Okay. So, sorry, I blocked him before. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sitting here talking and my face is covering his face. And he looks great. That's really good. I really hope that they won't bring him back anymore. I'm pretty sure this cost a pretty penny. So he's sitting here and he's like, the Republic will never give the go ahead. They're on the Outer Rim. They'll never support. He's like, well, I got to go talk to him myself. So he flies to Coruscant and he's going in there and he walks in and of course he passes bitch face. I don't like her. I don't like this character. I don't like that episode. I just felt like it was a big waste of my time, your time, our time, everybody's time. This actress did get some heat online because this stupid biatch was attacking Gina Carano for no reason, because she said like this butch masculine woman on there replaced Gina Carano with this woman, and I'm all like, what are you talking? That has nothing to do with anything. This actress just got a job, and Gina Carano got fired not rightfully. Okay, so he goes in, and I don't remember this guy's name, but I like him. He was on SNL, and he's basically like, listen, I got this from Grief Karga. They need help. Can I please get permission to go and help them and get backup? And then she comes in and she says, well, that's on the Outer Rim and they're not a part of the Republic. So maybe the best point is, and he sees her badge, he's like, maybe the best thing to do is to let them suffer so they join the Republic. And he's all like, you want us to let them suffer? They learn by suffering. And he's like, of course, the Empire an Imperial would say that. And he's like, she's like, we joined. He's like, you didn't join, you were captured. And she was like, we were liberated. I'm like, oh, get a tomato. Don't trust her. You can't trust her because she's helping. And he's like, and he mentions Moff Gideon. He's like, I heard Moff Gideon and didn't even make it to his trial. So he denies him the thing. And here's all the townies, and they're walking away from the town. There's only like 30 of them. I mean, I'm like, I thought you'd have more than like 30 townies, but it's like whatever. And so he comes in to the Mando planet that the Mandalorians are sitting on, and he lands and he comes in. He's like, I come in peace. He's like, and they're like, get out of here, Boy Scout. We don't need your kind. He's like, how did you find us? And he's like, somebody I served in the rebellion with is here, and it's Red 5. I was like, that's fun. And he's like, now we have to leave this planet. And he's like, and he goes, listen, Grief Karga needs help on the whatever that planet's called. Like it just left my mind. Oh goodness, I just said it like 10 seconds ago. Anyways, it's like they need help. And he's like, I know you're going to go. He's like, just so you know, I'm not going to tell anybody, but I know you'll leave either way. And so he leaves. And he's all like, we need to go help him. He's a good man. So he gets all the Mandos together, Mandalorians. And he's like, listen, he's like, this guy offered me a plot of land. And we used to be on this planet. And he's like, before we, they were all shot up and everything. You remember from season 1, he's like, we can go back there and we can live there and we can make a home for ourselves, with other Mandalorians. And she's, they're all R and everything. She's like, does anyone else want to talk? This priestess lady is like the forger or whatever she's called, the blacksmith. She's kind of annoying, but she's like the freaking Maya Angelou of freaking Star Wars. She's all like, come forward now. And he's like, I'd like to talk. And he's like, I was there when my brothers and my sisters were gunned down by the Empire, the crumbs of the Empire. He's like, but he saved my son. I will gladly fight next to him. And he's like, we can start a new world and all this stuff. So they all join him, right? So so then they make their battle plans. And so she's all like, this is my fighter. We're going to get on here. It's going to be a drop ship. So we're going to drop you guys in. And in 2 teams, we're going to be a fighting force. And he's all like, I can't remember what all she says, but she's like, we can do this. We can do this, guys. So they go in. So the pirates are all being jerks to that rando old guy. And they're getting drunk and stuff, which I'm all like, that's probably not the best choice at this moment in time. And they're shooting these little monkeys. I can't remember what these monkeys are called. They're like oogalala, oogalala. Anyways, so they're shooting at them, but then in pops the Mando and his fighters. So he is going to be the distraction. So he's going to get the fighters from this cruiser to come in, and that's going to be the distraction. They're going to come in, get the fighters to go off and follow him. And they do, because they're stupid. Stupid pirates. So there's Fern Gully. He's all like, oh, there's a fighter and everything. He's like, get the guns and get the fighters and everything. And they're blasting away. And I really like this part. It was really good. And of course, they follow the one fighter. And he's like, you came back, Mando. And he's like, thanks for joining us, Mando. He's all like, I'm taking you up on your offer. I want that land when we're done here. So the big cruiser follows this one fighter. I'd be like, why are you following the one fighter? Don't follow him. He's stupid. So then she comes in and we saw this from the trailer. She drops in the Mandos and they come in like an elite force and start taking some people out. I did like these little guys because he lands and they're like, and everything. That made me laugh, like chuckle a little bit. And they're doing a good job so far. They're taking out the pirates. And he's doing a good job fighting the fighters and everything. It's really, really good. I'm not going to play it or whatnot, but then she comes in and she attacks the cruiser. Like, that's her job. She attacks the cruiser. And he's like, we lost another engine and our shields are failing, kind of thing. So we get this whole thing and all this is happening. And I liked that. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that back. No, bummer. So then, hold on. Let me just go back for. So then they end up getting pinned down from both the back and the front. You know what I'm saying? And they're not really like losing here, but they're definitely not winning because they're getting like because they're pinned down and stuff. And then the big Vizsla guy, he comes in and he's all like, he like gun mows him down with his Gatling gun, and he goes into the courtyard. But they set up a cannon on this little tower, on this little office area. And then he starts picking them off, and doing quite a good job. Yeah, because he's up there in that little tower. And the fighter is still going, everything's still rocking it out and everything. And then finally, hold on, in comes the armorer, which I'm glad she came in and did something, because this whole time I'm all like, what do you do, lady, besides speaking your riddles? You're all like, you have come to the fires of the Mandalorian outpost in the world. All is May, this is the way. And you're like, what? What's going on here? What is she talking about? So then anyway, so she takes out these dudes. And they're like, yay, this is the way, we rock, and everything. And they get the pirates out on the way. And then they take down all the fighters except for the one. He's all like, sorry, I gotta go, Chard. And he's all like, fire on the town. He's trying to hit the civilians. Look at all 10 of them. They're all right there. There's only like 10 civilians. Like, this town can't be that big and thriving if there's only 10 of them. But anyways, okay. So then they go to take out the ship, and they take out its last engine, and it crashes. And then there goes Fern Gully, and it explodes. And they're like, "Yay!" And so I don't remember what they all say to him here, but he's like, Mando came and he says they're going to start up a new home here and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they'll live to regret that because of the ending. So he's all like, the armor wants to see you. And she's like, okay, cool, let's do this. So he brings her down and she's like, this was the fires that we had on this planet. She's like, I remember the fire, the fires of Mandalore. And she's like, I remember them too. They grew strong and everything. So she's talking about the mythosaur. She's like, I thought the mythosaur was a fairy tale, you know? She's like, but you've seen one. Oh, and she goes, take off your mask. And she's like, excuse me? And she's like, do you respect my authority? She's like, yes. And she's all like, then take off your mask. She ends up taking off her helmet. And she's like, I thought the mythosaur was a fable. You know, I thought it wasn't real. But you said you've seen one. You've seen one. You are what can bridge the gap between us and the other Mandalorians that don't follow the way. You are going to be the one to lead Mandalore back to, you know, its existence. Which is like, this is the way. So they all see her without her helmet. And she's all like, Bo-Katan is going to, and he's like, but she took off her mask. She's like, Bo-Katan walks in both worlds. But I'm like, does she now? I mean, it's like, I get what you're saying here, but I'm all like, which is fine. It's like, whatever. I like Bo-Katan. I liked her from the series and everything. But anyways, she's all like, she walks in both worlds. She will bring the Mandalorians together and we will take back Mandalore. This is the way. This is the way. And then that part ends. And then we go to space where we get the X-Wing with this pilot. I don't remember his name. Please don't ask me to tell you what don't ask me his name. So he sees this shuttle, right? And he gets close and everything, and it's an Imperial shuttle. And he's like, he contacts him. He's like, hey, you know, there was I found a ship or whatever. It's been damaged and the hull's damaged. And he's all like, yeah, there was a down ship that was reported. And it's long story short, it's Moff Gideon's shuttle. And they send in a probe and everybody in it's dead and they can't find Moff Gideon's body. They're like, oh, Moff Gideon really didn't make it. And then they find something. He's like, something's embedded in the wall. He's like, do a scan. And it's a piece of Beskar. And the guy on the horn is like, are you trying to tell me the Mandalorians sprung Moff Gideon? And then that's where it is. There's Beskar. And then that's where it ends. And then that's the episode. So again, was it bad? I mean, was it good? Yeah, I would say this was a good episode. I liked I think that because the action sequences, I think that that's what Star Wars needs sometimes, and sometimes people forget that when they're filming this stuff. Sorry, I'm like way bright. But I did like this episode. I thought it was really good. I liked the battle sequences. I liked all the other stuff in it, but the mostly the fighter sequences and the town where the pew pew with the Mandalorians and stuff. I thought that stuff was really, really good. And I love seeing Zeb. It was great to see Zeb again. I hope we see him in the future, maybe in Ahsoka. I hope so. Crossing my fingers. I hope we get the whole Ghost crew back and everything. Yeah, and that is my my breakdown and review of this episode. I don't know if I'm looking forward to next week, but I'm definitely going to watch it. You know, I'll be here for it. But tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you love seeing Zeb? Do you like it when they bring in they make cameos of these characters? I think it's harder to do Zeb just because he is a CGI character, unlike, you know, Hera or Ren and everything. Sabine Wren, yeah, I think it's easier to do those characters because they're human or humanoid. You know, they just need makeup, not this whole CGI thing. Yeah. All right. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode and everything. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week on my Mandalorian breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. This is the way. Bye.